We are very pleased to present the Washed Ashore sculptures. This here is Sebastian James, the Tufted Puffin, and he is one of 10 life-size exhibits of Washed Ashore, Save the Sea Life. And these sculptures have been brought here for the Toronto Zoo. They're now on exhibit. You can take a look at them from now right through to the end of October. And our message from the Toronto Zoo is we need to reduce the amount of plastics that we use and produce every single day. And those that we do use, we need to make sure that they get recycled properly.
And so it's really about the messaging, and that's has to teach. It has to teach by just looking at it.
So Sebastian is one of 10 sculptures that are around the Toronto Zoo, and each one of these sculptures is made out of plastics that have been collected by volunteers out of the Pacific Ocean. The whole goal by Washed Ashore, not-for-profit organization out of Oregon, is to make sure that people see the message that garbage is going into our oceans and the impact that is having on the aquatic ecosystem, the animals that live in that ecosystem, and eventually the plastics that we consume in our fish when we eat them. We want to be leaders in conservation, and we want to bring the message to our local community that in Toronto, we are a source of plastics, that plastics that end up in the freshwater also come from plastics provided in freshwater and in terrestrial ecosystems. So along with Sebastian here, there is Polly the polar bear. And Polly the polar bear, inspired by the Washed Ashore exhibits, was created by exhibit design artists here at the Toronto Zoo. He's about 950 pounds of plastic that was collected here at the Toronto Zoo through local shoreline cleanups that the community has done, as well as donations from organizations that want to make a difference in their operations, such as Longo. This polar bear is our statement that we are going to make a move on reducing the amount of plastics that's offered here at the Toronto Zoo to our guests and the amount of plastics that we use. And when we can't reduce the amount of plastics, we're going to ensure that we reuse and repurpose that plastic as much as possible, and then finally ensure that that plastic is recycled. We want you to come anytime between now and October and take a look at these amazing plastic sculptures. The artist is on site right now doing some tours as we launch these plastics and displaying the interesting features.
The parts in here that you see wire, those are all wire stitched onto hardware cloth by a volunteer. And each one of those little sections takes about an hour to an hour and a half to wire it together. They have to puzzle it together and put it together. But each one of those pieces was a cut pipe or something that one of my staff members cut up on a bandsaw, and then somebody wired it. So it's just all of these people involved in making this happen. And that's part of why I love Washed Ashore, is that it's all of these people. It's like the heads all come off, and I do those in my studio, and I do the feet, and I do the design work and figure things out. But it's really dependent on everybody working together to make amazing things happen.
What's really keen about these plastic sculptures is the detail, the different types of things. You can actually see the hairbrush and the hair comb and the little toy parts that were found in the ocean that now make up these sculptures. We want to ensure that everybody can take action, and that every action that every person takes can make a difference in reducing the amount of plastics that go into the oceans every year.